I feel like your two Iowa teams left a mark on women's college basketball, but also women's basketball at large. Is that like kind of crazy to think about? Like you were a part of something that was a catalyst for this like larger growth.
Kate Martin's career in Las Vegas was quickly fading. The former Iowa standout, who helped Caitlin Clark lead the Hawkeyes to 2 consecutive Final Fours, found herself buried deep on the Aces bench, watching her WNBA dream slip away one game at a time. But then something happened, something no one could have predicted. In a recent interview, Kate opened up about the exact moment she realized she had to leave Vegas, the career-saving phone call she had with Caitlin Clark, and why joining the Golden State Valkyries wasn't just a team switch, it was a total reinvention of her professional identity. If you support Kate, drop a Golden State Kate in the comments. Let's go. I had heard about this Caitlin Clark, Kate said, and I was watching videos of her putting up 40 points, just dominating in high school, averaging what felt like 1 million. And I thought, oh, this girl thinks she's gonna come here and run the world? Yeah, right. But then, she did. Caitlin arrived at Iowa and immediately took over. I was like, alright, here we go. Here's the thing, before Caitlin Clark and Kate Martin, Iowa basketball wasn't exactly a hot destination. But then, Carver Hawkeye Arena turned into the most electric atmosphere in all of college basketball. You could feel the energy through the screen. But what most fans completely overlooked was that while Clark was draining logo threes and rewriting the record books, Kate Martin was the engine quietly making everything work. I remember that summer before, watching Caitlin do things I had never seen anyone do. And she did it all with so much confidence, even as a freshman. Not everyone has that, Kate said. We all knew she was going to be outstanding. It took some time to figure things out, but it turned out way better than I could have ever imagined. Let's talk about what really happened during those back-to-back Final Four runs in 2023 and 2024. While the media focused entirely on Caitlin's scoring heroics, Kate was putting up 13.1 points and grabbing 6.8 rebounds per game. Those aren't role player stats. Those are the numbers of someone vital to a team's success. But Kate had already figured out something that most players never do. Being the perfect complement to a superstar is sometimes more valuable than trying to be the star yourself. When asked about Caitlin's work ethic, Kate didn't hesitate. She was in the gym constantly. And it wasn't just about showing up, it was how she approached everything. It was like, I'm going to beat you in every drill, every scrimmage, every rep. She treated practice like war. And that next-level mindset raised the bar for all of us. Rewind to the 2023 Final Four against South Carolina, Kate calls that her career highlight. Watch the game tape and it's obvious why. Against the undefeated Gamecocks, Kate was the one making the smart, selfless plays that gave Caitlin space to work her magic. She called herself the calming effect beside Caitlin's fire. She had earned the trust of her teammates not just by words, but by consistent action, every single day in practice. When asked to pick her favorite moment from Iowa's historic run, Kate didn't even hesitate, beating South Carolina. That was incredible. None of us thought we'd make it to the national championship, especially not against an undefeated team like South Carolina with their Twin Towers. But we executed the game plan perfectly and pulled it off. That's still probably my career highlight. Here's where things get even more interesting. Their chemistry wasn't just a cute storyline, it was basketball genius. Kate and Caitlin understood each other's game so intimately, they could predict one another's next move. Kate knew exactly when to get the ball back into Caitlin's hands after a rebound. Caitlin knew Kate would be in the right spot for a hockey assist. It was like watching a symphony play out on the court. It was like a good cop, bad cop situation, Kate said. Caitlin was going to be Caitlin, fiery, intense, scoring from everywhere. My job was to balance that with composure and leadership. But Kate wasn't just a floor general or calming voice, she was the glue that held everything together. She did the dirty work that doesn't make highlight reels. She set the screens that freed up Clark. She rotated on defense to cover for Caitlin's aggressive steals. She grabbed offensive boards to give Iowa second chances when Caitlin's shots missed. Kate was the teammate every superstar needs, but rarely gets. I was more of a calming presence, she said. I'd look teammates in the eyes and say, take a breath, it's going to be okay. And Caitlin trusted me, because she saw me putting in the work. She knew I cared. I built relationships off the court, so when I had to call someone out on it, it came from a place of love, not criticism. It's what you'd call relationship equity. Iowa's magical run wasn't a fluke. It wasn't just Caitlin being a generational talent. It was Caitlin and Kate together, two complementary forces that made each other better. Kate Martin wasn't just riding shotgun. She was driving the car just as much. And their shared legacy? One of the greatest stretches in Iowa basketball history. If someone needed to get through to Caitlin, it was usually me, Kate admitted. But by the time she was a junior, she had grown so much as a teammate that I didn't have to manage that as much. I felt grateful that she trusted me, and I trusted her. It worked because we made it work. But then came the WNBA, where everything changes. The rules, the pace, the politics, nothing's the same. Kate walked into Vegas expecting that Iowa magic to carry over to the pros. But reality hit hard. Drafted by the Las Vegas Aces, Kate found herself struggling to earn playing time from the jump. With Asia Wilson and a cast of seasoned veterans eating up every minute of real game time, Kate barely had a chance to breathe, let alone prove herself. Here's what most people don't realize. She started out averaging 20 minutes per game in May. But by September, that number had plummeted to just 11.5. That's not development, that's being slowly pushed out of the rotation. Let's talk numbers. Kate averaged just 2.6 points and 1.6 rebounds per game in Vegas. That's not a knock on her talent, it's a reflection of limited opportunity. Remember, this is the same player who put up double digits and nearly 7 boards per game in the NCAA tournament against the best in the country. But it got worse. In the playoffs, when the lights shine brightest, Kate's total court time over 6 games? 3 minutes. Not 3 minutes per game, 3 minutes total. That's not enough time to warm up, let alone make a meaningful impact. The message from the Aces was crystal clear: Kate didn't fit into their plans. When asked what makes the WNBA so tough, Kate replied, the physicality. The speed. The intelligence. You've got players who've been here forever, and they know every angle, every trick. It's a whole different beast. But now, in Golden State, Kate Martin finally has a shot to redefine her professional story. She's not just switching teams, she's reclaiming her identity. The WNBA may play by different rules, but if there's one thing we've learned from Iowa, it's this: when Kate Martin gets the chance to lead, she delivers.